In this video, we're going to be looking at some of the settings of the WordPress where you can configure some of your settings. So this might be a little bit intense, more than what we've done previously, because now we have set up the theme, so it's time to look at the settings. So if we go to the settings and remember that you can actually collapse or expand this menu by clicking on this little triangular things that look like a play button. So if you you can expand or collapse this menu. So if you click on the settings menu and go to general, which is the first one, this is where we can configure some of the basic settings of our website. For example, we can change the site title of our website from here if you want to change it. We can change the tagline, which we set initially, and this is the address, the WordPress address URL of our website, and the site address URL. Enter the address here if you want your site on page to be different from the directory you install WordPress. So you might need to read a little bit more about this, because I usually just set them to be the same thing. I've never had a reason to change them. And this is where you put your email address when this site is finished. I'm going to change this to my normal primary email address, but for now I'll leave it as it is. This is just auto-generated email address. I did not type this in. So you want to put your email address here, and this is used for user notification. For example, whenever a user registers on your website or when someone leaves a comment, an email will be sent to the email address that you put here. Or when you use like a contact plugin where people can use that to contact you. And for membership, you can select this if you want people to be able to register on your website, and so you just have to say anyone can register. And the new user default role, so whenever people register on your account, you want to select a default role for them. You want them to be a subscriber normally. The people of the general public will have to be a subscriber, but you can change this to be anything else. If you want them to be an editor or author or a contributor or administrator. We're still going to get to the page where you can see the difference between these different roles. And then you want to change your time zone. Mine is currently UTC +0, which is probably the Greenwich Meridian time, which is the UK time. You can select whichever one applies to you. So let me see if I can find the Europe, the Europe, and I mean the United Kingdom. Is there anything like that? London. Okay, let's look for London. London is here. Okay, so you can choose the city name, then you can choose the date format that is going to be used on your website. November 5, 2012, or this kind of format, or you can create a custom one. You can read the documentation on date and time formatting. Then you can change the time format to anything that you so place here as well, or you can create a custom one. And finally, you can select which day you want the week to start. I always prefer the weekday to start on Monday, but some people prefer to start on Sunday, and this will help the way that your WordPress are going to be organized, especially when you look at the archive. When people go to the archive, then they can see that each week you can categorize them that the week starts from Monday. And this is the basic of the general settings of the WordPress. And once we finish, always remember to click off this Save Changes button. Otherwise, it's not going to be, it's not going to take effect. So let's change that to, let's save that. And as we can see, my UTC time is still, it hasn't changed. I'm still on UTC 0, because that means it was selected correctly initially. So let's, in the next video, we're going to be looking at the next settings, and I'll see you then. Thank you.